Hi, I'm Doug Keck. This is an EWTN Bookmark Brief. Just had the great pleasure of speaking with Michael Pakaluk about his book, Be Good Bankers, the Economic Interpretation of Matthew's Gospel with a Fresh Translation, published by Regnery, naturally available through our EWTN Religious Catalog, EWTNRC.com for all things Catholic. Well, tell us, what does being a good banker have to do with the Gospels?
Well, you should ask Jesus, because according to the church fathers, he loved to say be good bankers as one of his favorite teachings. It didn't find its way into the New Testament, right? It's not so surprising, because take, for example, is more blessed to give than to receive. Is that in the Gospels? It's not. It's in Acts. So unless Paul happened to say it and Luke wrote it down, it would never have been recorded in the New Testament. So there are lots of things that Jesus said that didn't make it into the New Testament. This is one of them. So what he means is have all of the traits of a very, at the time of the Roman Empire, bankers did basically what we did today. So, accrue capital, take care of that deposit of faith, for example, if you're a bishop, take risks, venture, trade wisely, right? So think of your money as something you purchase goods with, right? So usually I'm purchasing, and this is fine, I'm purchasing clothing, purchasing food, I'm purchasing vehicles to move around and so on. But suppose you give to the poor. Are you purchasing something with your money in that case? Right? You are. You're purchasing something much higher. Right? We don't like to think in this way, but our Lord does in the Sermon on the Mount. Right? If you go to give in secret, then your Father in heaven will pay you a reward.
So are we talking about money? Are we talking about salvation, a little bit of both, or what?
No, certainly not money.
Okay.
So it has to do with, glory in heaven, the love of God, and closeness to God. So if you want to say what ultimately is our spiritual wealth, it would be, maybe we do need to bring back this notion of degrees of glory in heaven for it ultimately to make the fullest sense.
Well, it's not very democratic, though. Why did you decide to pick this topic off of Matthew himself?
Well, because I think that Matthew, he was a tax collector, but I say, let's suppose Matthew, as the show The Chosen is very creative in this way. Let's make a supposition about Matthew. Let's say he was a mid-level tax collector, and he was ambitious. And he knew about best practices of Roman banking and Roman accounting and Roman contract law. How would that affect how he presents the gospel? Would that affect the structure of his gospel, the logic of the gospel, the language that he uses?
You claim he does in the book.
Yeah, affects all of those things.
There's actually two halves to what's going on.
Yeah, it's structured like a book of accounts for a household in the Roman Empire.
Okay, very interesting. Michael Pakaluk. His book, Be Good Bankers, the Economic Interpretation of Matthew's Gospel with a Fresh Translation, published by Regnery, again available through our catalog. Very interesting book. Look for the entire interview on our on-demand platform and also on our YouTube channel and coming soon to the network. I'm Doug Keck. This has been a Bookmark Brief. Thanks for stopping by. We shall catch you next time. Thanks.